Hello, and welcome to a different series for this channel, the Greasearm channel. So, today we will be playing the Kaiserreich mod in Hearts of Iron 4. The reason for playing the Kaiserreich mod is threefold. The first is that it has tons of nations with intricate national focus trees, which I thoroughly enjoy. Second is that it's a really cool mod, and it brings a lot of history. And third is that the original Hearts of Iron, I got a little bit tired of playing as I'd say like 10, 13 countries that they have national focuses for. I'm not exactly sure the exact number. But yeah, this is a really cool mod. It uses the mechanics of the game really well. But I've been having a lot of fun with it. So, the first question is who to play as. So, I decided that I wanted to do someone not Germany, because they're too powerful they're a little bit too powerful, but they should be. They won the First World War, after all. And then but I still want to play as someone powerful. So, I was thinking Japan. Also, the policy with reading in this playthrough will be that I will read everything, and then, or at least as much as I can, and then in the next playthroughs, when the same events pop up, I will not read them. So that's the policy with this. Alright, without further ado, let's read this. Brief history. While the peace with honor guaranteed Japanese rule over the colonies, not all was well in the empire of the rising sun. After a period of economic upheaval culminating in a syndicalist attempt on the life of Regent Hirohito, unstable governments followed one another in the crisis year of 1926. First General Tanaka, then the Democratic Coalition Cabinet, as the military strengthened its position by disobeying orders and occupying Manchuria. In 1936, Japan is poised to extend her empire. With Germany's dominance appearing to be in decline, the Japanese look hungrily at the remaining Qing territories and the German Pacific possessions. ... So, they have some interesting focuses. They have the defend democracy, the military centralism, and the Showa restoration. And I believe we'll be going for military centralism. I tend to go fascist in these games, simply because I find that the conquering is more fun than the protecting other nations and blah blah blah. So I tend to have a fascism bent, but I will try to play some other types of countries soon. Alright, military centralism. Faced with a possible coup from the Ishinha, I'm gonna butcher names, faction, the centralist leaders began approaching the imperial court, hoping to gain his favor. Without imperial support, the coup will most likely fail. Alright. So we start off as social conservatives, but we will quickly change that. Alright, so let's play. Japan, regular. I don't like giving random bonuses or detriments. Iron Man mode, yes. Historical AI focuses, yes. And let's go. Iron Man Japan. Let's just get rid of the 1 and we're good. Save and play. Okay. I've never played as Japan, so keep that in mind. Don't be too harsh. So let's really quickly take stock. Let's see. So let's immediately set our research. Let's go through the tabs one by one. Immediately get that industry going. So that will be very important. Get some research. Oh, you already have electronic mechanical engineering, so let's get mechanical computing. And then for our fourth research, I believe we should check on doctrine. And since none of the research is already, I think we're going to go superior firepower because, if I'm not mistaken, we have plenty of tungsten. 52, 10, and there's tons of tungsten down here in the German territories. So yeah, so we have plenty of tungsten, so let's go artillery focused, because I find artillery to be supremely overpowered in these games, in Hearts of Iron 4. Alright, so we're going superior firepower, free civilian factories. Let's see, we have 11 to go. Okay, so we want to get some more, and we have some good infrastructure in the southern provinces and Kanto. Let's build up there, and let's build some here. Alright, and then we'll start off with just that. Military factories. So we're going to want infantry equipment, We're gonna want a lot of it. Maybe a little bit less than that. So let's go 12, 6, 7, not 12. We are gonna want some light tanks. So let's go with 2 there. Let's actually go with 5. So we're gonna need to spread out a little bit. Let's go towed artillery, 3. And then infantry support equipment will be 3. And now we have a couple more to put around, and there we go. So that'll be our basic for the military factories. And then for the docks, we have plenty of convoys. And we have a huge navy. So let's go. I was watching another YouTuber play, and I was thinking, well, let's see. We do have a carrier. We have a light cruiser. Let's get some light cruisers. And let's put all of our focus on them. Alright. So, no divisions in basic training. Let's see what divisions we have. We have the militia division, which is a bunch of militia. Probably not what we want. We have the HOI4, which has support artillery and infantry. We have the guard units. We have the cav, and we have some marines, which could be useful. For now, let's just train some HOI4. Let's get 3 for now. They can train up in Chigoku. Alright. And unassigned divisions. So let's just get every single division in the game that we own. Well, so we're gonna want some different armies. So let's get our armies that are guarding. Okay. You two are guards? No. So let's get you out. You out. What about you guys? You guys are all cav and stuff. Okay. So I think these are the guard units. They're just guarding the shores. So let's name you. Where would you name? Okay. Let's just name you guards. Nice and simple. Okay. And sorry if this game doesn't even unpause in the first section, but you know, you gotta get the administrative work done, and then you can get started. Alright, and then everybody else, let's see, armies. So let's add up all these guys. No, we don't want that. We want to click while holding shift to select multiple divisions. Yes, okay. So select these guys. Nope, not that guy. Oh, there's a guard somewhere. Okay. You. There's a lot of guards. Not many actual troops. It's just not what we want. We want plenty of troops. One, two, three. There we go. Cav. Sure, we'll take you into the main army. Even though you're gonna be terrible later on. And there we go. Okay, so these guys are going to be under. Let's go with Shunroku Hata. And you will be the main army, and we will put you on the border with Qing. Alright. And then we will go back to the order list. Okay. And we will put the guards. Guards. Man, there's so many. Alright. I wish that they organized these things, or maybe there is a way to organize them, but it's too late now. So sorry about that, if that is possible. Okay. Oh, we missed one cav. Dang it. Okay, all the guard units. Okay, and then they will all go under here. Oh no, did that not work? I swear. Okay. And we're going back through it. Guards, 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 and more guards. Okay. All these guys will be here, and you will be under... Do we have a defensive guy? We don't have any other. They're all generals, except for these two. These three. Let's just have this Iwan Matsui guy be the guard commander. Okay. And they will just stay where they are. I think. No, they... So they're gonna be angry. Let's just say... Okay, garrison area. All areas that we control. Oh boy. Luck we don't own too many colonies at the moment. Luckily, I say. Okay, garrison all of Japan. All of Transmuria. Japan here. And north and south. Korea. Jesus. Couldn't think of Korea. Alright. So now, I think we finally have all that done. Unassigned divisions. We have one cav that should be in this group. Alright. There we go. All the divisions are assigned. Now we can move on. Finally. Alright. Resources. We need some... What do we need? We need steel, oil. Yeah, steel and oil. Okay. We will trade for them. Let's go with the... who do we want to appease? Or who are we okay with helping? Let's go with the Commune of France, because we don't have any beef with you. And then for oil with Venezuela, because there's pretty much no reason for us to care about them. Alright. Let's go to speed 5. What are we going to do for national focuses? So we can't do the National Security Act yet, because it is not June. Can't do these yet. Okay. So what can we do? Can we not choose a national focus yet? Apparently we cannot do any of the national focuses yet. That is interesting. Okay. So we're going to have to get some political power, I guess. Alright. Let's get started. Thank you, Kaiserreich. Great job, lads. I want to know everything. Alright. Let's see. Do we start with any national spirits? No. Profits from legation cities. Following the 1926 German intervention in China and the Treaty of Nanjing signed in November of that year, foreign trade was left to the richest cities of the coast, under joint control of the world powers owning interest in China. The independence of these consortiums of cities was guaranteed by the major local and international powers such as the Qing Empire, I'm not even going to try, GmbH, Japan, Australia, Canada, United States, and Germany. Foreign investments in legation cities themselves flourish not only through foreign trade, but also thanks to smuggling into that place and Qing territories. Despite ongoing economic crisis, our investment in legation cities are still bringing us a grand profit. Let the money flow. So consumer goods factories minus 5%. Very good. Factory output and political power. Nice. All right. Economic exploitation of Fengtian. After the conclusion of the last phase of the Chinese Civil Wars in 1928, and Japan's intervention to protect its sphere of influence against German encroachment, the territory controlled by Fengtian clique was restructured into a nominally independent republic, which promptly claimed sole legitimate rule of all China. Following the promulgation of an imperial ordinance ordering the development of the republic into an independent nation possessing indivisible relations with the Japanese Empire a year later, the fledgling republic's economy was gradually reshaped in order to strengthen control over its government and to prepare it to support the imperial war machine. As a result, Japan maintains a great deal of influence over Fengtian, further reinforced by garrisons and an occupation zone. The core of Japanese efforts became the South Manchuria Railway Company, or Mansetsu for short, which has already been operating in Manchuria since 1906. While a powerful symbol of Japanese interest in China prior to the intervention, the company has since become responsible for developing and exploiting virtually every import aspect of the Manchurian economy, propelling the new republic to become Japan's primary source of coal and steel, as well as the producer of over half the world's soybean supply. Today, Mansetsu has announced its highest profits to date. Economic exploitation. Fengtian Republic doesn't like us as much. Political power. World tension increased. Sends support equipment to Japan. And Manchurian resources, which gives us factory output and resource gain efficiency. Alright. So this is the Fengtian Republic. The assassination of President Kerensky. So there's going to be a lot of reading in this first playthrough, so be prepared. If you don't want to watch this, then see my next video, which will be out soon. Assassination of President Kerensky. Kerensky has been shot and killed while on the way to the Senate. The assailant was taken down by the police, but the goals and intentions of the attacker are unknown. Despite his massive unpopularity among the Russian people due to botched land reform and ineffective rule, Kerensky was nevertheless able to hold the country together for years, and his death has thrown Russia into chaos. The senators are already discussing a possible replacement to Kerensky. New coalitions are being formed, both between the left and the right, while military men like Denikin, Wrangel, and Kornilov are just one step away from intervening to dissolve democracy and save Mother Russia. How barbaric. Yes, we're much above these people. So we don't own any land out in South China, do we? No. Okay, just making sure that we didn't miss anyone when we're setting up our guards. Oh, and you should be in a separate theater, and you will be the Imperial Attack, of course, spell attack correctly, Force. Alright. There we go. Recovering from the lost decade. Oh my gosh. In what has come to be called the lost decade, the 1920s were marked by economic depression and political instability in Japan. The plight was particularly severe in the agricultural sector and caused a massive demographic change, and farmers fled to the depressed countryside to urban areas, flooding the labor market and further driving down wages. After leaving the Kensike-led constitutionalist coalition and taking charge of the government, Inuke and his cabinet successfully expanded the Japanese sphere of influence into Manchuria and the edges of Siberia, acquiring a vital export market for the Japanese economy. But the agricultural situation continues to deteriorate as cheap agricultural imports from Manchuria bled into the countryside. As 1936 dawns, continued rearmament and state investment have fully rebuilt the industrial economy, but the issue of rural poverty remains chronic and unsolved. Gaman Shiu. I don't know what that means, but we lost a bunch of political power. Alright. Man, we are only on 17th of January, even on speed 5. Edward VIII is crowned King of Britain. George V, the last King of Britain and Ireland, has ruled the home isles themselves, has passed while in exile in Canada. The first Windsor King, his reign shall be remembered with sorrow and sadness, as during it Britain lost both the Weltkrieg and its homeland. The crown has inherited by Edward, Prince of Wales, who now stylizes himself as Edward VIII. King Edward is a vengeful and ambitious man, and not on good terms with Prime Minister Mackenzie King. He lives on a goal of avenging his father and reconquering the British Isles, and thus is quite popular among the British exiles in Canada, among others. Interesting. Turkestan Khanate declares war on the Alash Orda. Okay, what's over there? Dissolution of the Diet. The 4-year term of the incumbent Imperial Diet elected in 1932 is ending. Prime Minister Inuke Tsuyoshi is called a general election for February 20th. Alright. And that will let us finally set a national focus. Okay, we're getting back up stability in political power, which contributes to stability, which right now we're at average. Black Monday, on the 3rd of February 1936, the Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking, it plunged. Fueled by the instability of the market panic, selling erupted as soon as the stock market opened on Monday morning. It took well into the night for the teleprinters to stop sputtering out the results of what became known as Black Monday. When the results had been analyzed, it was clear that the situation had only gotten worse overnight. Mein Gott. So that's the analog of the Great Depression in the United States, if Germany had become the financial center of the world. Alright. Actually, let's do one thing before we start off again. Let's get all of these fleets and join them up, because we want just one big, ginormous fleet, really. Okay, and then let's all join here. Okay. I'm rid of Afghanistan. This is a Naval Base 6, Naval Base 3. Travelers elected in France. The Commune of France is into the world's leading syndicalist nation, united in its federation of city communes directed by the Comité de Salut Public, the primary executive. Ever since its inception, however, the Second Commune has not been uniform in its policy. Numerous factions arose, each one with its own agenda on which path France should take. As the time for revenge against Germany and the reward of revolution closes in, the CGT election of 1936 is set to be very important. The replacement of the disgraced Marceau Pivert arose from his own faction, the Travelers, who now hold the leading position in the CSP. They stand for an extension of democracy and draw inspiration from the British to decentralize the commune. Interesting. I don't think that usually happens. And the 5th Anglo-Afghani War. After the Weltkrieg, the British Raj collapsed into turmoil and warfare. The neighboring kingdom of Afghanistan took advantage of this opportunity to seize Peshawar and Quetta, both border regions of the Dominion. However, the Afghani government's attempts to modernize over the last decades have been met with fierce resistance from the conservative elements within the country. King Amanullah Khan now hopes to use this turmoil in Delhi, following the death of King George V, to his advantage by repeating the success of the 4th Anglo-Afghan War. The king hopes to silence conservative opposition and bring new lands to the crown. However, international experts do not put many hopes in the tiny mountain nation winning this complex. Who cares about Afghanistan? So that's... Well, first, let's really quickly... Okay, they're gonna actually go to Hiroshima, because that is a much bigger naval base. And then, let's go and see the troop counts. Dominion of India has about 25 troops. Emirate of Afghanistan has 6 at its best. So that is, say goodbye to these 2 provinces. Afghanistan, basically. Alright, let's get started again. And now we have all the ships in one port. Join them up. 16k gun, sure. Let's get... So we have some carriers, some battleships, some battle cruisers, some heavy cruisers, cruiser, destroyers, and a bunch of submarines. So let's get... So now let's split off the submarines. All U-boats. And you will be under the command of the Sea Wolf. And then let's go to you, and you will be under command of Blockade Runner and Superior Tactician. You're a spotter, and... Okay, the main fleet will be under Isoroku Yamamoto, who I believe is a very famous character. I should know this, but his name definitely... I think he's the one who said to the Japanese Emperor, like, if we go to war with the United States, we will lose in, like, 5 months or something like that. But anyway, The Tashadij Daigo. That was horribly mispronounced, I can already tell. You will select, and you will search and destroy, patrol, convoy raiding, and you will convoy raid Yellow Sea, East China Sea, and Sea of Japan. Just for now. And then the main fleet, which I believe we should split in half because you don't want more than five carriers in the same class, in the same thing. No template for light tank. Okay. So let's go. Where's the split in half? Split the fleet. Okay, you will be under the command of Minchichi Koga. Okay. You will be on a patrol in these 3 areas. And you, Mr. Michiki Koga, will be on patrol in Sea of Japan and there in Western North Pacific. Alright. So now we have the fleets organized. Let's get going again. Ooh, and then there's one last thing to do. Air Force. Let's go to select all the Air Forces except for the ones on the plane, on the ships. And then let's immediately, what's the split the air wing in 2? No, we want to remove the air wing so that we have them available for when we want them and where we want them, because it takes like no time at all to redeploy planes, so there's no reason to have them all deployed already. Alright. The general election of 1936. After the constitutional restoration of the 1926 and subsequent political realignment, 2 parties came to dominate Japanese politics. Let's see. Okay. Market liberals and social conservatives. Yeah. The conservative Rikken Siguke, the Association of Friends of Constitutional Government, and the liberal Mansieto Democratic Party. The Rikken Siguke has an absolute majority from the general election of 1932, but support in the countryside, the traditional voting base, has been declining. As the political atmosphere turned against the ruling party, the Mansieto, also known as the Kanseikai Constitutional Government Association, before 1927, solidified its electoral base throughout the cities and began to expand into the countryside, hoping to break the Seikei's absolute majority in the Diet. A new third player in the general election of 1936 is the Shakai Tashuto Socialist Masses Party, founded by Social Democrats and Syndicalists in 1933. It is now time to see if the CUK have retained enough seats to keep an absolute majority. Okay, so what do we want? We are going to want the... Let's go to the political area. So we want the military centralism. Have defended their absolute majority, or they have lost their absolute. Let's have them lose, because we definitely want a party change. So let's have them lose their absolute majority. Okay. We still can't choose a national focus. Okay. The Assassination of Katayama Sen. Born in 1859, Katayama Sen was one of the most senior syndicalist leaders in Japan, known as the father of the Japanese syndicalism. Exiled in the USA after participating in the early social democratic movement, Katayama witnessed and was influenced by Jack Reed's syndicalist activities in the development of the IWW into the CSA. Katayama returned to Japan after the constitutional restoration of 1926 and founded the first legal syndicalist party in Japan, the Rodo Nominto, the Labor Farmer Party. And after the party was declared illegal in 1932, he formed another party called the Socialist Masses Party. Okay, let's just skip over the Japanese and go to the translation because it is way too hard. an amalgamation of social democratic parties and syndicalist movements yesterday. Okay, period. Yesterday, while visiting Kyoto to congratulate Tashuto member Yamamoto Senji on his election, a gang of 3 right-wingers stormed his office and beat the 2 men with clubs. Yamamoto survived, but Katayama, age 75, never regained consciousness and died early today. This will be bad. Okay, there goes 60. Political power. And there we go. So these guys actually have quite a few troops. Not too bad. The remilitarization of Otenia. So we will read this on the next episode. It is time for this episode to end. Thank you for watching. If you like, please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you want to do. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.